Most people stall because they do the hardest part first, for no reason. Today, 33 dumb diet mistakes that waste months, not medical advice. Like starving all day, then binging at night, or drinking calories clean. Stick around for number 33, because the last one is insane. Let's start with the mistake that quietly wrecks your entire week. Starving all day, then binging at night. Months vanish when hunger turns evenings into a food storm. In Minnesota, 1940s researchers, led by Ansel Keys, studied starvation. 36 conscientious objectors lived on tiny rations for months. They walked daily, grew obsessed, and collected recipes like souvenirs. When refeeding began, some secretly binged ice cream and pastries. Several reported stomach pain, yet felt driven to keep eating. Doctors watched moods swing, work slip, and discipline crumble. The same pendulum hits dieters after heroic all-day restriction. By the end, the binge looked inevitable, not a character flaw. 2. Drinking calories while eating clean. Progress disappears when your calories come mostly through a straw. In New York, Mayor Michael Bloomberg pushed soda limits in 2012. People mocked the ban, yet grabbed giant cups on hot afternoons. At a Times Square Starbucks, the green juice looked virtuous. Then came a caramel coffee drink topped with whipped cream. It landed like dessert, but counted as a simple beverage. Friends preached clean eating, while sipping sugar through straws all. Later, lunch seemed small, because the drink already did damage. The punchline was dieting harder, while quietly drinking the budget. 3. Healthy smoothies that hide a full meal. A single cup can erase a week of careful planning fast. In California, Jamba founder Kirk Perron sold fruit as virtue. In Los Angeles, the Orange Dream Machine became a daily habit. It tasted like breakfast, dessert, and a milkshake at once. People added peanut butter, protein boosts, and extra granola toppers. By noon, they wondered why hunger returned despite that drink. The cashier smiled, because it still rang up as smoothie. Only later did the ingredient list read like a full meal. The twist is fruit optics can hide cafeteria-level calories. 4. Salad drenched in dressing like it's water. People stall for months while salads behave like secret cakes. In Las Vegas, Evelyn Overton's cheesecake legacy drew diners towards salads. The waiter offered ranch or Caesar, and everyone said sure. Then the bowl arrived huge, piled high, and looking innocent. Dressing poured in glossy rivers, soaking every leaf and crouton. Halfway through, forks moved slower, but the pour kept coming. Someone asked for extra, because the greens still felt too dry. Later, the receipt looked light, yet the meal felt heavy. The surprise is the salad stayed healthy until the river arrived. 5. Trusting low-fat labels while ignoring sugar. Months disappear when low-fat snacks invite endless, unconscious grazing. In the 1990s, Marion Nestle watched low-fat branding explode. Snackwell cookies filled American supermarkets because fat sounded frightening. Office break rooms stocked boxes, and portions grew without noticing. Sweetness stayed high, while the label kept everyone relaxed. Afternoons brought crashes, and cravings returned even louder than before. The carton felt safe, so grazing became the default setting. People blamed dinner, while the snacks stayed off the record. The twist is low-fat often meant more sweet, not less. 6. Eating gluten-free junk like it's a diet. Time gets wasted when a medical label becomes a snack excuse. In Boston, Dr. Alessio Fazzono explained celiac disease to patients. Meanwhile, grocery aisles filled with gluten-free cookies and chips. By the early 2010s, celebrities praised it as lighter living. Shoppers grabbed boxed muffins, trusting the bold gluten-free stamp. At home, portions doubled because the food felt medically approved. No one noticed the sugar, oils, and starches stayed the same. The pantry looked disciplined, yet the habits were still chaotic. The twist is removing gluten never removed junk from the recipe. 7. Making one cheat day a weekend. Your month can vanish between Friday night and Sunday brunch alone. In the 2010s, Dwayne Johnson posted towering cheat meals online. Fans copied the pancakes, sushi boats, and donut stacks at home. Friday became the start, because the week felt earned already. Saturday brought leftovers, because wasting treats felt like a sin. Sunday turned into recovery eating, before Monday punishment began. By Monday, the scale jumped, and the cycle restarted angrily. What looked like one day was really 3 days in costume. The twist is the cheat was scheduled, but the spillover was not. 8. Skipping protein, then wondering why you're hungry. Days drag when hunger keeps reopening your fridge like a doorbell. Researchers Stephen Simpson and David Raubenheimer studied appetite patterns. They argued humans keep eating until protein needs are satisfied. Modern breakfast turned into pastries, juice, and a quick coffee. By mid-morning, stomachs complained, even after plenty of food. People added snacks because the first meal never anchored them. At lunch, they chased fullness with extra bread and fries. It felt like willpower failed, but the meal was built flimsy. The twist is hunger often targets missing protein, not missing volume. 9. Avoiding carbs so hard you quit in a week. Plans collapse when your grocery cart turns into a punishment list. In New York, Dr. Robert Atkins made low-carb famous fast. Bookstores in the early 2000s stacked his diet everywhere. People tossed pasta, rice, and fruit like they were contraband. By day 3, headaches hit, and social meals became awkward. On day 5, someone stared at bread like a movie villain. At a family dinner, they caved, then felt the diet was over. The next morning, they quit entirely, blaming carbs for everything. The twist is, extremes fail quickly, then feel like personal failure. 10. Cutting all joy foods, then rebounding hard. Months are lost when food becomes a test you keep failing. In the late 1990s, Stephen Bratman described obsessive, healthy eating. He watched patients in California turn meals into moral scorecards. Lists grew longer, and restaurants became traps with hidden ingredients. Friends ordered tacos while they picked at plain lettuce silently. Eventually, a birthday arrived, and the rules snapped in one night. They ate everything banned, then woke up ashamed and confused. The next week, restriction returned even stricter, like revenge. The twist is joyless rules create the rebound they try preventing. 11. Eating too little, then stalling for weeks. Weight loss can freeze, while you swear you are eating nothing. After The Biggest Loser, Kevin Hall studied contestants at NIH. Years later, many still burned fewer calories than expected daily. They had dieted hard, trained harder, and chased dramatic weekly drops. The cameras loved it, but their bodies learned to conserve energy. At home, similar dieters copied the tiny meals and big workouts. 2 weeks passed, scale refused, and frustration turned into panic. Instead of adjusting, they cut even more, digging deeper. The twist is the stall can be your body adapting, not cheating. 12. Chasing detox teas instead of basic habits. Weeks disappear when hope comes in a box of tea bags. Around the mid-2010s, Flat Tummy Co. flooded Instagram feeds. Actor Jamila Jamil mocked detox culture, but ads kept rolling. People in London ordered bundles, expecting a dramatic Monday miracle. The first cup felt like progress, because rituals feel powerful. By day 3, nothing changed except bathroom anxiety and nerves. Still, they posted selfies, chasing a fresh start again. Sleep stayed short, steps stayed low, and dinners stayed huge. The twist is the tea sold a storyline, not a lasting habit. 13. Buying fat burners instead of fixing sleep. Months vanish when a pill replaces the boring basics you avoid. After pitcher Steve Beckler died, scrutiny hit supplements fast. Some users felt wired, skipped sleep, and trained late at night. Reports piled up, and the FDA moved to ban ephedra. People switched brands, chasing the same buzz in new packaging. Meanwhile, bedtime stayed chaotic, and morning hunger felt unstoppable. The story repeated because exhaustion always makes cravings louder. The twist is, sleep was the real burner, and nobody bought it. 14. Measuring progress only by the scale. Your mood can crash because a number moved the wrong way. In Las Vegas, Dana White watches UFC weigh-ins under bright lights. One day, fighters look dry, pale, and wrapped in towels. Hours earlier, they sweat, spit, and avoid water like poison. After the scale, they celebrate, then rehydrate like a rescue mission. By fight night, they look bigger, proving the number was temporary. Regular dieters see that trick, then fear normal water weight. They miss waist changes, strength gains, and better energy entirely. The twist is, the scale shows a moment, not your whole story. 15. Not tracking portions because I know. Months slip away because memory edits your plate like a movie. On Britain's Secret Eaters, Anna Richardson reviewed hidden kitchen footage. Participants swore they ate little, then cameras showed constant nibbling. A biscuit here, a latte there, and bites while cooking dinner. One man in Manchester forgot the mayonnaise he added every time. A woman in Kent counted salad, but missed the dressing and nuts. When totals appeared, everyone stared, because the math felt rude. The shock was not food choice, it was invisible portions. The twist is you can be honest and still be wrong. 16. Eyeballing peanut butter like it's air. Progress stalls when your spoon turns a snack into a secret meal. On NBC, dietitian Joy Bauer warns about spooned nut butter. In American pantries, Jif jars sit beside bread like old friends. Someone in Ohio said 1 spoonful, then scooped a mountain. The jar label said 2 tablespoons, but nobody measured at noon. Peanut butter clung thick, so the spoon kept dragging more out. After work, they wondered why dinner had no room left. At the end of the week, the jar was empty again. The twist is dense foods hide in plain sight, not menus. 17. Just a handful of nuts every hour. Time disappears when tiny snacks repeat until they become a meal. Harvard researcher Walter Willett praised nuts, and people heard permission. At Costco, Kirkland mixed nuts come in bags bigger than pillows. Someone in Seattle kept a jar at their desk for focus. Every email break became a handful, then another handful later. Cashews tasted harmless, so nobody logged them as real food. By afternoon, the jar was half gone, like magic. At dinner, hunger still arrived, because snacks never felt official. The twist is the handful becomes hourly, and the math explodes. 18. Snacking while cooking without counting it. Your deficit vanishes before dinner even hits the plate sometimes. Julia Child joked about tasting while cooking in Cambridge kitchens. Home cooks copied the habit, sampling sauce with every stir. A cube of cheese, a spoon of rice, a chip for salt. Nothing felt like eating, because the stove made it feel work. By plating time, they had already eaten a small appetizer. Dinner portions stayed normal, so the extra calories stacked quietly. Later, they blamed the main dish, not the constant spoon. The twist is cooking can be snacking in a chef's disguise. 19. Eating from the bag and calling it a serving. Months vanish when portions come from containers built for sharing. At an AMC theater, founder Stanley Durwood would recognize the buckets. In Chicago, friends said one serving, then kept reaching during trailers. Butter salt smell made hands move automatically, like a metronome. Half the bucket disappeared before the movie even started. Nobody felt full because eating was timed to plot twists. Afterward, dinner still happened because popcorn never counted as dinner. Next week, the same bucket returned, and the story repeated. The twist is, the bag is a portion size, not food. 20. Weekend eating erases weekday progress. 5 good days can vanish in one loud weekend easily. The NFL, shaped by Commissioner Pete Rozelle, turned Sundays into ritual. On Super Bowl Sunday, tables fill with wings, chips, and dips. People graze through commercials, then graze harder at halftime. Monday arrives, and they swear the scale is broken again. Work lunches get stricter because guilt loves rules and punishment. Friday returns, and the same party menu comes back. It feels random, but the calendar keeps setting the trap. The twist is, weekends are planned, yet treated like accidents. 21. Liquid diets that collapse the moment you stop. Fast results vanish when the plan cannot survive a sandwich. Stanley Burroughs popularized the Master Cleanse decades before Instagram. Later, Beyoncé mentioned doing it, and the internet copied quickly. People mixed lemon water, cayenne, and syrup in kitchen cups. Day 2 felt heroic. Day 4 felt like walking through fog. They dreamed about chewing because drinking never felt like eating. When the cleanse ended, the first meal tasted like a celebration. Then normal food returned, and the weight rushed back too. The twist is, the rebound starts the moment your jaw wakes up. 22. Skipping breakfast, then overeating at lunch. Energy crashes by noon, and lunch turns into a rescue operation. In Silicon Valley, Jack Dorsey talked openly about extreme fasting. Some coworkers tried skipping breakfast, expecting sharp focus and control. Morning meetings dragged, and coffee became the only fuel. By lunchtime in San Francisco, everyone ordered like it was Thanksgiving. Burritos, fries, and desserts arrived, because hunger felt urgent now. They ate fast, then felt sleepy because the swing was brutal. Afternoon work slowed, and the next morning started with more coffee. The twist is skipping breakfast often just moves the binge to noon. 23. Skipping lunch, then raiding the kitchen at 10 p.m. Evenings explode when daytime meals disappear inside meetings and deadlines. In Manhattan, Jamie Dimon's Wall Street culture celebrates non-stop work. At 3 p.m., interns promise a healthy dinner, then keep working. By 10 p.m., the office empties, and hunger finally gets permission. They hit a bodega, grabbing chips, candy, and microwave noodles. Back home, they raid the fridge, because snacks never calm anything. Sleep starts late, and the next day begins already depleted. Calories shift into nighttime, when choices are tired and automatic. The twist is the raid felt sudden, but skipping scheduled it. 24. Eating too fast to notice you're full. Meals vanish, and fullness arrives late like bad internet lag. At Coney Island, Joey Chestnut wins Nathan's hot dog contests yearly. Crowds cheer speed, but the body learns nothing about satiety. At home, people race lunch between emails, chewing like a machine. 10 minutes later, they stand up, still hungry and reaching again. Restaurants move plates away, yet the habit survives at desks. Slow eating sounds boring until you watch the second plate appear. The twist is you are not hungry, you are just fast. 25. Mistaking thirst for hunger all day. Cravings hit non-stop when your body is actually asking for water. In Phoenix summers, Dr. Cara Christ warned often about dehydration. Yet office workers sip coffee, then wonder why snacks feel urgent. By mid-morning, headaches start, and everyone blames missing breakfast. Someone grabs a granola bar, but the dryness stays unchanged. Only after a full bottle of water does the feeling shift. It is a weird fake-out, like charging the wrong cable. Dehydration masks itself as hunger, especially in air-conditioned rooms. The twist is, the fix was in a bottle, not pantry. 26. Not eating fiber, then staying hungry constantly. Hunger keeps shouting when meals lack the volume that lasts. In the 1970s, surgeon Denis Burkitt compared diets across Africa. He noticed high-fiber foods, like beans, kept digestion moving. Back in Western cities, breakfasts became white toast and sweet cereal. Without fiber, stomachs emptied fast, like a leaky bucket. People kept snacking because nothing seemed to stick around. At dinner, vegetables were tiny and breads took over again. Even big meals felt flimsy because they lacked roughage and bulk. The twist is, fiber feels boring until your appetite stops yelling. 27. Forgetting steps and eat matter more than you think. Weight loss stalls when workouts happen, but daily movement disappears. At the Mayo Clinic, James Levine studied non-exercise activity thermogenesis. He saw fidgeting, standing, and walking change daily burn dramatically. People bought gym memberships, then sat 10 hours without noticing. After work, they drove everywhere, even to mail a letter. 10,000 steps sounded silly, yet the math kept winning quietly. 28. Doing cardio only, ignoring strength training. People look smaller on paper, but weaker in real life. In the 1980s, Jane Fonda aerobics made living rooms sweat nightly. Tapes sold everywhere, and cardio became the default fitness religion. Many skipped weights, fearing bulk, while chasing non-stop calorie burn. Physical therapists saw it because muscles protect joints like armor. Modern gyms repeat it, with treadmills packed and racks empty. Then a suitcase feels heavy and stairs feel like mountains. The twist is, cardio builds lungs, but strength builds the frame. 29. Lifting randomly with no plan or progression. Months waste away when workouts feel busy but never build anything. In Santa Cruz, Greg Glassman built CrossFit around constant variation. That randomness feels exciting, like opening a mystery box daily. Some trainees copied it without coaching, hopping exercises every session. 1 week deadlifts, next week burpees, then random machines forever. Numbers never climbed, because nothing repeated long enough to improve. They stayed sore, yet unchanged, which feels like cursed hard work. Eventually they quit, blaming lifting itself, not the lack of plan. The twist is, progress loves repetition, even when boredom complains loudly. 30. Training hard while sleeping like garbage. Results disappear when your workouts fight against your alarm clock. Stanford researcher Cherry Moss studied sleep and elite athletes carefully. NBA teams like the Warriors tracked rest during long road trips. When sleep dipped, reaction time slowed and cravings climbed immediately. Regular people copy the schedule, training at dawn after midnight scrolling. They sweat hard, then nap poorly, and repeat the next day. Coffee props them up, but recovery never catches up. After weeks, fatigue wins, and the plan feels broken. The twist is, you trained like an athlete, but slept like none. 31. Overtraining to earn food, then burning out. Burnout hits when every meal feels like a bill you pay. Peloton founder John Foley sold streaks that felt like identity. On leaderboards, riders chased badges and daily streaks nonstop. Some doubled classes, thinking extra sweat could cancel weekend eating. Legs stayed heavy, but guilt kept them clicking start again. Rest days felt like failures, so injuries brewed under pride. By month 2, motivation dropped, and sleep got worse. Then one missed workout triggered a spiral of quitting altogether. The twist is exercise is training, not punishment for existing. 32. Relying on motivation instead of a simple routine. Plans fail when motivation leaves, which it always eventually does. Each January, Planet Fitness co-founder Michael Grandal expects the rush. Treadmills hum, selfies appear, and everyone promises this time differently. By February, the parking lot empties, and the keycard stops scanning. The problem was not laziness, it was no automatic routine. People waited to feel inspired, like waiting for perfect weather. A tiny schedule would have carried them through boring weeks. Instead, each missed day felt like starting over from zero. The twist is, routines survive moods, but motivation evaporates quickly. 33. Changing the plan every Monday. Months disappear when your body never learns one consistent pattern. On TikTok, diets rotate fast, from keto to carnivore to juice. Sunday night, someone in Dallas clears cabinets like a spring cleaning. Monday begins strict, then Tuesday brings cravings and confusion. By Wednesday, a new video promises a better hack again. They switch meals, switch rules, and never collect stable data. Even the grocery list changes, so leftovers turn into waste. Friends cannot follow, so social meals become constant negotiations. The twist is, progress needs repetition, but Mondays keep rebooting everything.